people. But again, the downside is if you fall behind, this is a champion that can feel super underwhelming outside of those big sleep moments. And there is pressure on whenever you're going to pick something.
Yeah, it might just be a flip.
Seed.
I mean, we'll see.
This is a lot to bet on a flip. Oh! Manages to grab it from the side of Boukada.
The Parus is here.
Knock back to the wall is there. Parus immediately going to fall. Ice from downtown. Boukada stronger in the matchup, yes, but not in a 3v1.
As BDS both lane here moving the Q flash, and I think Boukada could have easily reacted to it. But it's actually 1-1-3 starting with the Gnar flash E, which I wasn't expecting, and it ends up being Boukada going down, but we got crazy trades on top.
Relevant. Boom!
It's a solo kill.
Blank. Jhin flashing straight into his face with a long-range weapon to finish the job.
And he's bullying the Gnar. He's doing it.
That's what's supposed to happen, right? You're supposed to be able to bully him. Parus on the way out now. Bloodbath on every side of the map. Both teams, seeing that they have the isolated 2v2, decide it's time to start fighting. Keduii getting
1-1-3's here.
Down, but 1-1-3 is on the way in. Ishtal's edge. Finding the knockback flash out from Keduii. Loopy will be locked up, but no ulti quite yet. Loopy set to fall. Nice lockdown, and 1-1-3 grabbing another kill.
And after a disaster early game for BDS. Oh, Keduii's no flash here.
Keduii way too far forward. Thought he was safe. I mean, he's going to take his time walking out of this one, but he should just fall. Shattering strike, fall up CC there. Overextending. They don't have the damage to immediately punish. Q going wide. And Ice, he's just too damn clean. Again, he was dead 15 seconds ago, but they just had to make sure the buttons were going to get hit.
Going over to the side of BDS. I mean, Loopy has a crazy cheese here.
Loopy can get things kicked off. Reeker does have ult. Q flash forward. Immediate follow-up. They're only managing to lock up one. 1-1-3 now ready to turn. Reeker doing decent damage, but will have to snap back in a second. Now taken out of the fight. Ice 4-shot going to hit the Drake, and down it goes. Reeker going back in with the Q3.
And it's messy from both teams.
I didn't want to wait him out. There's the Hex Flash takes him away. Boukada going in. Not aware there's a Gnar waiting. Excellently layered CC. Not even time to put anyone to sleep.
That's a disaster for SK, and it's so disjointed as Irrelevant gets a good little chunk here.
Bot lane's push, 2 contest, 2 get those early kills, and it's just kept up that pace. And this is big for anyone following BDS. Hold that thought as Parus is locked up. Boukada here to follow. Parus taken down. Nice little trap there from SK to punish, but meanwhile on the top side, the counter punch coming through is now it's Jhin who's in trouble. Forced to flash back, but will get cut down. Another TP on the way up. Reeker with ulti available, and Nuke gonna start TPing out. 1-1-3. They just try to find an angle to go into the wall, but that is a fast Yone. Nice flash to the side.
No
nice
way.
Lock up to bring him under tower.
No way.
Knock back into the wall. Knock up. Oh. Kill will still come through. Maybe a 1/10 of a second off another tower shot coming out and finishing the job. Well played by 1-1-3, but ultimately Reeker gets the job.
A little bit disjointed with Parus onto this bot side while 1-1-3 is making this top side play. And it's a great dive, but because Reeker has the TP, he's able to force both Nuke TP out and kill 1-1-3. But a very well executed dive. 1-1-3 takes that last tower shot, which brings him down so low. Parus getting poked out a little bit.
SK walking to this choke is definitely tough, but Irrelevant's backing off, so he's not going to threaten too much here. Now we've just conceded we want full 50-50. Now that the Mega is gone, BDS are in a bit of a tougher position. Jhin coming in behind. Parus will spot him, but who is spotting who? Parus finds the initial engage. Irrelevant now on the chase in. Loopy locked up. Keduii trying to fire back. Boukada, eyes set on the objective. 2.5k health getting lower and lower. 1-1-3 too far away. That's the Drake already picking over, but Nuke scooping 2 up. Finding Keduii looking to chase down Jhin as well. Lockdown comes in from Ice. Parus gonna find the CC. 1-1-3 knocks him back. Symphony of CC there from BDS. They find those kills, but SK at least. But right now, I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, 1-1-3 doing a little threatening.
Loopy just walking forward. This tower is about to fall. Good Varus ult to start things off. Parus missing a bit on the shattering strike. Irrelevant off to the side. Reeker laying down a lot of damage, but not going to finish much here as Parus re-engages. Nuke setting up the tower. Nice positioning from BDS, denying any potential fallout from SK. And again, disconnected from the side of SK.
Yeah, it's Loopy really desperately trying to defend this mid lane tower, but it's a 200 HP. SK want a match. They want to fight.
About in 9 seconds. Lilia fast, but not fast enough to get here, so SK will need to fight if they want to stop this one or prey on some sort of miracle steal. Some sort of fumble from 1-1-3. 3k getting lower. Shock blast in. Ulti goes through, and they manage to steal it. Ruin's on him, but the flowers are still going to get taken down. Ice trying to clear as many as he can, but he only has 4 bullets. That was incredibly awkward. They do manage to find the steal. I guess I caster cursed it, but 1-1-3 still trying to force the fight. Jhin with a knockback, but just brings his team deeper into the fight. A lonely Swirl Seed, the only sign of Boukada in this exchange. Keduii Good damage. Irrelevant. Not going to get hit by the Q. SK still pushing forward. They got it. They got the Eragon out.
I don't know how. Reeker got a 3-4-man Yone ultimate while also stealing the Atakan at the same time.
No one shepherding that wave in from SK. Nuke can just keep pushing if he wants to threaten or deny some resources. Both teams 5v5, posturing, fishing for the fight. Irrelevant Gnar. Gnar trying to proc it early, looking to knock him back. Blast cone there. Reeker can now follow. Full committal onto Irrelevant. They want to take this Gnar to the fight, but it does mean that they've conceded the objective. 1-1-3 immediately coming in, trying to find the follow-up. A kill traded. Loopy going for more on the engage. Keduii with the ultimate. Lockdown on the Skarner. The chain CC there, but he still manages to get down the Impale. Sleep coming through. Can they find the follow-up? Nuke going for the pushback. The team ready to go. Eyes on ice. The Jhin ready to take over, but he just doesn't have the position. SK, more kills coming out in the play.
And it's so messy, but it's BDS picking up the Drake, and I don't think SK can really get anything off of it in the Sterax. Well, Nuke has a Merc Treads and a Stopwatch. I mean, the Seeker's Arm Guard.
Yeah.
Oh, Loopy.
Pale over the wall. Loopy locked up. CC well layered as Keduii tries to fire back, but Loopy still standing tall. Curtain call coming out, but all of SK ready to follow up. Some damage coming through onto Reeker, but Reeker can just now chase, getting incredibly aggressive, unstoppable as he recalls. Loopy will finally drop. Reeker getting taken out as well. The Ignite gonna finish the job, and now Nuke on the chase. Hungry for a little bit more. Baron on the table. BDS, they can start it, but it's a tough call. Boukada does have flash. He could just look to steal. Keduii just continuing to poke. Relevant Gnar on the way.
SK needs to drop it. They weren't able to get any of the poke, and 3 versus 5 is just not good enough. And it's Loopy getting caught out, but he's actually fine. But it's Reeker that really wants to make something out of this TP, and he ends up going too deep and falling. And SK are able to pick up the mid lane tower, but it's Nash for the side of BDS.
Massive to have that Nash. Will that flanking ward make the difference? For now, the answer is no, but it gives SK so much more confidence to step up and poke. Nuke, though, continuing split pushing. BDS can just back away towards Nuke if they want a 5v5. Instead, play for the inhib tower. SK caught between a rock and a hard place. Again, they want the Mountain Drake, but still they're risking a 50-50 at this state while Nuke is guaranteed to break a tower. Reeker trying to find the fight, but he does not hit ice. Crucially, Parus finding a bit of CC. Ice untouched. Objective down. 1-1-3. Better on the smite. That's the soul over the fight. The base now exposed as Nuke's involved. And this is disaster.
It's a disaster for SK, and this was practically a 4v5. And BDS doesn't look like they can go for more, but that's the Mountain Soul for the side of BDS. And they can continue pushing. They still got the Nash, and they're 5 members still up.
42 seconds left. Nuke getting value out of the Nash on the push while his team took the objective. That is the worst possible scenario for SK. They had to make a choice. Either one, they would have lost something. And in this case, they lost both.
And that's 2 inhibitors gone. Mountain Soul for the side of BDS. You kind of have to feel as SK. It's a tough game now.
It's a tough game. And again, if you let it go to Elder, I think that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
There's no reason. Relevant standing on the side with Gnar, trying to zone. Wall up goes down. Knock back onto Boukada. He should just fall. Stun coming through there as well, but he buys a bit of space with the stopwatch. Nuke and Ice now ready to follow. Nice knockout coming through from Parus. Instantly, the 3-man shuffle. The Emperor has arrived. SK not going to get the chance to fight for anything. Not the Elder, not the Baron. Boukada gets one back in return. Reeker does a little bit of damage here, but it's just not enough. Minions crashing in, but BDS want to play for a few more kills. The Relevant gets another auto down. Loopy will survive. The base, however, will not. And there it is for Ice. Kill for the Jhin. 4 bullets, 5 kills.
And BDS, they will remain in control of this game as they close it out with a beautiful team fight, good patience, and they didn't throw it. Woo!
I like to see it. Progression for BDS. 1-1-3, not just about the carries. Can play to support the team. Got support from the team to fill in that role. And a solid start for SK. Sent back to the drawing board. We'll see how they adapt heading into Game 2. But for now, we're going to go to a quick break. When we return, more League of Legends.